And we are back on El Simple Pod. This is your boy JJ. We got Javi over here. Yes, it is daylight. Yes, we're not recording at night. Yes. Why does it matter? I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. But anyways, man.
Just looks different.
Yeah. We got some, not news, but some good topics that we want to talk to you guys about, especially that happened on Monday Night Raw. It's not a recap or anything like that. It's just what potentially can come out from these storylines. Okay, so take it away, Javi.
All right, so really quick, I thought it was actually a decent show. A lot of things were happening, which I like, which is one thing that I've been wanting from WWE for the longest time. It seems like Triple H finally has the full reins of the company. So now we're seeing stuff that makes a little bit more sense and kind of more connected to not necessarily real life and like news and stuff like that, but as how you would feel as a person. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So we had the Judgment Day win the tag team titles back from Jay and Cody.
Let's go.
Yes, which I'm actually happy
Flex
about.
on 'em.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I don't think that story with Jay and Cody was going to go anywhere, them as tag team champions. I think it was just a temporary thing, just to put the titles on them for like 2 seconds. So then Sami and KO can go away, and then you have can split apart, and then you can have Cody Rhodes and Jay do whatever they're gonna do eventually, I guess.
Yeah, and it seems like Jey Uso coming to Monday Night Raw has made a lot of enemies and it has turned a lot of people heel. I feel. Like, you got Sami potentially turning heel. You got Drew McIntyre turning heel. Shinsuke turned heel, even though I think that was before Jay was there, or no? Was that? No, I think I was at...
Kind of, right around the same time, yeah.
Yeah, so you got a couple people turning heel, which is good. I think they needed that change. Sami as a heel has always been good. And Drew McIntyre, it goes back to his roots, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to help him out a lot.
Is he
that makeup? He needs to stop wearing makeup.
Drew?
Yeah, Drew. He wears makeup.
Probably all do a little bit.
You never notice how soft his skin looks. Whenever they put it to the whenever they put it to the light, bro, you can tell like he has like the whole fucking powder makeup shit that they do for.
You meet him, and you're like, he has such smooth skin.
Yeah, looking like Raquel out here. Jax's outfit. Yeah.
Right under her belly. Blah!
Yeah.
Ahí está. But that's what I'm
But yeah, man, I think it was good. We predicted this on the SmackDown show that we said like, oh, hey, they're supposed to have a one-on-one match. They're supposed to have a tag match on Monday. And we said like, hey, the Judgment Day is going to win. And I'm glad they did. Yeah.
Granted, there was that spoiler from the San Antonio market that showed that Judgment Day was going to be there as tag team champions.
You were right.
So that was yeah. I actually stole that from somewhere else, but they stole it from somewhere else too. So that's cool.
Yeah. So. Fuck it, whatever. Sources are them. I don't know who they are, but
exactly sources. Yeah. But yeah, the other thing I like about it is that even though like you're saying like Sami Zayn turned heel, I don't think he's going to turn heel. They've put a lot of time into him turning face. And all of a sudden, from one day to the next, just kind of switching.
It's going to take time.
I don't even know if he's going to go heel, because I think he may be the baby face for Raw. Going against Drew McIntyre. Get his ass whooped by Drew McIntyre a few times. Which would make sense. I mean, he already got his ass whooped by the Bloodline. So now him getting his ass whooped by Drew McIntyre would make sense. And you can give him that title from now to Mania. I mean, he could have that title and it doesn't mean anything. He could just get it once and call it a day.
Sammy?
Yeah, why not?
I don't think Sammy's going to be a babyface. I'm sorry.
No, I
don't agree with what you said.
I think he would be, because it's like all of a sudden you're just going to treat him. Now, what I do think is that
you have 3 big baby faces right now on Raw.
That's
it's being outweighed by the heels.
Well, remember
the top heels.
Yeah, remember Cody's doing his own thing, and he's going to try to get to Roman. He's not going to stay on Raw. Like, he's just gonna do his own thing. Like, his path is weird. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's tied up to a particular brand. Then you have Jay, which obviously his story is tied to the Bloodline, right?
Always.
So then all you have left is basically Sami as your main babyface on Raw.
What if Sami just goes back to the Bloodline?
No, it'll be funny, but no. After all this, go back. Like, it's already been too long. What I do think is that it may be kind of a flawed babyface. It's not going to be like your perfect babyfaces, like John Cena, which he goes in there, he always does the right thing. It's going to be more like a I don't know, like a babyface that's hurt, that's out there trying to get revenge but hurt. Kind of like what they did with Drew McIntyre. That he's talking about
tweener at that point, bro.
No, but not even a tweener. It's kind of like a babyface with a purpose, not just for doing good in life. It's like, no, because I got cheated out of a title a couple of times, or they whipped my ass. So now,
if
you can be a good guy and still kick ass. Like, you don't have to be get your ass kicked all the time. Like, you can have a purpose.
I get your point, but I still don't agree with it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, but look at Drew McIntyre, right? Where he's technically a babyface, even though he'll probably turn heel. But look at the promo he cut the other day. It's like, 'cause Sami's like, oh yeah, basically he wants to be the good guy, even though, and Drew's like, no, I carried the company during, won the championship. There was no one there to see me win the championship, and now he's on a mission. That makes sense. If you were in his shoes in real life, you'd probably be saying the same thing. And a lot of people have said the same thing, which it kind of sucks that he won the championship and nobody saw it. He was just there. His crowning moment went down the drain. So that's what I think makes a little bit more sense in terms of realism. Realism doesn't have to be vulgar, doesn't have to be adult theme. It just has to make sense. Because how would you feel if you were Drew? Like, you had your one chance, it got basically taken away by something you couldn't control. Now you want to get back to that spot. So now you're fighting for that. He's not necessarily a bad guy. He's just trying to fight for his spot.
Later.
Regardless, well, remember, Vince McMahon booking doesn't have any kind of
there's
no follow up. So at least Triple H is kind of making sense of why everything happened to Drew. So even with all the mistakes and everything, it seems like he's bringing everything back and making everything smooth. Like, it makes sense. Like, it was part of the storyline from day one. That's how he's making it look.
I still think that Sami Zayn is not going to be a babyface. I personally think he's gonna turn on Jay whenever he hits that peak of like, bro, I fucking had enough. You know what I mean? And I think that's whenever he's gonna do it. They kind of teased it whenever he had the steel chair, and then Jey Uso turned his back on him. So like, it was gonna happen like the same thing with Roman Reigns and things like that. And if that would have happened, it'd been like, yo, all Samoan wrestlers, like, y'all just need to have PTSD if somebody has a chair and you have your back to them. Like,
even though, honestly, the only one that really has to have PTSD is Roman.
Yeah,
because he gets
but I think eventually he's gonna turn on Jey Uso. He's gonna be like, hey, like the reason why I'm here and I'm feeling this way is because of you, because you came over. Like, you could have stayed on SmackDown and overcame all your Brock Lesnar's and Roman Reigns's or whatever, but you had to come over here. You know what I mean? Like, now I don't have my best friend that has been there since day one, and literally, like, I lost my tag titles, and then you ended up getting them whenever you're not even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So
it
I think
sense.
eventually it's gonna happen.
But then again, there is if he turns, it makes sense. It wasn't just like, I felt like turning heel for the heck of it. No. There is a reason, and that's one thing I like about WWE right now. The storytelling seems to be a little bit more complex, like more like real life. Like, why would you get pissed off at someone? Hey, there's a reason why he did that. It's not just like, oh, I don't like you, you don't like me, let's fight.
The only thing negative
that's
about
it.
all of that is that if Sammy turns heel or he turns to a tweener or whatever, he will literally get fed to Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes.
I don't know. I still think he's gonna have just a storyline with Drew McIntyre. It would make more sense, especially. Hopefully, Drew takes the title away from Seth at Crown Jewel, because I think they all, like I said last time, I think they only had one big title change in Saudi, so it would make sense. I mean, they're paying a bunch of money, so they want to see something big.
I think Drew's gonna win that title.
I hope so. And then you could have Sammy chase, which makes sense. I mean, Sammy is great chasing the title.
Yeah, but the only
He's
problem
really,
is
really
that,
good.
that I think it's more important what's happening with him and Jay than anything else because of the story. But
But the cool thing is you don't have to separate them.
yeah, but I don't think Seth Rollins is just gonna fall from the face of the earth after he loses the title. He's still gonna be coming back, bitching and complaining about whatever and how he lost or whatever. So yeah, like his promo.
That's later on. That's later on. What if he goes away for a bit?
I hope so. His promo on Monday, it was just like, bro, this is not you. What?
No, Seth.
This promo, just listening to it, I'm just like, this is not you. This is not your character. This is like you're trying to be somebody else right now, while you're trying to be yourself, and it doesn't add up. Like it doesn't go together. And people are still gonna sing his song. People are still gonna sing Cody Rhodes' song. But eventually, hopefully, they open their eyes and they realize that, hey, like, this guy, like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to like a bad guy or whatever. But realistically, sometimes you got to give the bad guy a chance. You know what I mean? Scott Hall, it's a very good example. Roman Reigns, it's a very good example. He was a super bad guy, and then, Brock Lesnar, super bad guy, turned to a babyface. Or whatever, not even a baby face, because realistically, Brock Lesnar just does whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Randy Orton, same thing. Like whenever even whenever he had he was a baby face, he still had
that edge
of a heel. And like, hey, that's good. That's okay to like that. You don't always have to like the good guy that they put in front of you and be like, oh yeah, I have to sing their song. I love that Drew McIntyre said, oh, I do have a very catchy song of myself, but I am over that. Yeah, so I'm like, fucking great job.
And that's what I'm talking about. It sounds like what somebody would say in real life. Because you'd be pissed at, like, if you were in Drew's position, you'd probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
So
it's like, realistically, like, bro, like, they have found a way to some way, somehow push baby faces down people's throat by just putting a catchy ass song to them. As their entrance.
I mean,
LA Knight.
People have always liked, at least they've always appreciated Seth in terms of obviously his in-ring and how he's improved.
But he's a way better heel. He's a way better heel.
Yeah. But he has to go away. I mean? He's one of those guys that has to go away for like 6 months and come back. Yeah, I think it would benefit him.
Because right now, what was the ending of the promo that he said? It's like, oh, don't worry, like you're not gonna have anybody at Crown Jewel to blame but yourself whenever I beat you, or something like that. And it's like,
which I'm glad.
To Drew McIntyre. So I'm really hoping that Drew actually beats him. I think that will be
gives him an ass whooping.
Kind of like a shut your mouth type thing.
What if they have a squash match? That would be really interesting.
That would be great.
Because then it would turn Drew into a guy right off the bat,
just like that,
right off the bat. Like he'd be right. He'd be right.
Like whenever Roman came back, that he ended up just whooping everybody's ass. You know what I mean? Like kind of like that.
Yeah. I think it would make perfect sense. Then let's see. Then by the way, one thing about I don't think we actually talked about him that much last time. KO. What do you think they're gonna do with him?
I think he's gonna turn to a tweener. Like
tweener. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting the impression that he may turn into the prize fighter again type of deal, where he's just going out there like when he started in NXT initially, and in
but
WWE.
he was a bigger heel. He was more of a heel than a babyface during that time.
Yeah, but kind of a Brock Lesnar type heel.
I just hope that we don't get fucking Roman versus Kevin Owens for the 15th time.
They're probably going to have it at some point just to buy some time. If Roman actually wants
why
to
don't
wrestle.
you just put why don't you just put Kevin Owens going for the United States champion? I would love him as a US champion. Like legit. And it will actually give that champion some prestige. Right now that champion is almost at the same level as Seth Rollins, realistically, because of the people that's had the champion in the recent times. Yeah, you got Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer, whatever, but like realistically, he's a shade of what he was.
Well, Rey Mysterio is just. I mean,
he's just a holder.
Yeah, he's just a holder. Even I mean, in ring and stuff like that, he's still Rey Mysterio no matter what. But he's not at the top of the card or anything like that, or he's not going to move up the card because he already did what he was going to do. Now I think LA Knight, that championship has LA Knight written all over it.
I actually think
that's the one.
What's going to happen is Bobby Lashley is going to be Rey for the US champion, and then Kevin Owens is going to beef with Bobby Lashley. And then KO will take it from Bobby.
Pero eso tampoco cuadra ahí.
Why?
Okay.
What?
KO with Bobby Lashley. But anyways.
Yeah, but it's better. It's better than like Rey Mysterio versus Bobby Lashley, like David versus Goliath again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think LA.
And you could easily make it look right. Just have Carlito cost Rey the title and move along.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So I don't know. LA Knight. We'll see. Because like Roman is obviously gonna win. It's gonna be LA. If LA Knight wins, bro, I'll PayPal you $100. Like realistically.
That's fine. I'm not betting anything, but I'll take $100. That's
yeah.
Cool.
Like if LA Knight wins, then I'm giving you $100. And you know how I'm strapped for money right now. But I'm gonna give you $100, bro. Just because I know, like I have that much, confidence in Roman Reigns winning.
I'm not so much about Roman Reigns winning. It's just that they're not going to change that title over there in Saudi. They may do the other heavyweight championship, but not this one. They're going to do it in the States. It has to be at WrestleMania, maybe at a SummerSlam at
MSG
the
house
lowest. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. They'll do MSG against Cody Rhodes. Whoa.
Oh God.
Your boy Cody
I'll just
Rhodes.
quit. I'll quit, bro. I mean, it's probably gonna happen at some point.
Well, it is.
Well,
happen,
I guess how about I
hope it's a good story if when they do switch the titles. So yeah. Well, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say on our last topic which you have brought up, Cody Rhodes. What do you think they're gonna where Jay and Cody are gonna go from here? Since they lost the champions. That was a championship,
but I don't know. I think they're just gonna continue. They're gonna tag for a little bit. They're gonna be kind of an on and off thing, where if they have nothing else to do for them, they're gonna put them as a tag team. But I don't think they're gonna be an actual unit. It's not gonna be like the Usos or anything like that. It's just two guys that. It's gonna be kind of like Triple H and Stone Cold type deal. They won the tag team championships, but they really weren't tag team partners. They just put them together because they have nothing else. Yeah, because they. Come on, man. Stone Cold and Triple H. Interesting. Yeah.
Put Jay and Cody in the same level as Stone Cold and Triple H. Yeah, no.
Well, you can just put Stone Cold against Jay and Cody. Nah. Literally. Yeah. But kind of that type of dynamic where they're not an actual tag team unit. They're just buddies, drinking buddies, I guess. So So they can do that. I think it works just to give them something to do. They could face anybody right now. By the way, I was going to ask you, what do you think about Kaiser? It seems like they're giving him a little bit of a push.
A singles push.
Yeah. Do you think
I kind of find it odd, but what? They're just gonna break up Imperium? Like realistically, I don't see that happening.
I mean, I know you were talking about they need more heels. He's a decent heel, at least in ring. His character is really obnoxious.
Yeah,
like true. You really can't stand the guy.
But I think he's like Jimmy and Jay, that he pairs better with Imperium than by himself. But we'll see. The run just literally started.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it could turn for the better. If he was to face Gunther for the IC title, I definitely see Gunther whooping his ass and be like, "Get in line," type shit. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. I think if they do, there's no way, because then one of the two would probably have to turn babyface, I guess.
Yeah, I think it will be Kaiser at that point.
Kaiser?
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
But like he'll probably do it just to get Maxine. Dupree.
LA Knight. You've been through a lot, bro. Yeah. You've been through a lot. So, all right, man. So let's wrap it up here. All right, guys. Just remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace.